Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
Okay, so I'm new to posting here, but a friend suggested I might find some validation because my brain is just mush. My mom, Frances, is usually a handful, but this latest hobby has pushed me to my absolute limit. My husband, Tobias, tries to be supportive, but even he's getting a bit worn down. Frances recently decided on a whim that she needed a new retirement project. This, folks, turned out to be an incredibly intricate antique model train set. We're talking hundreds of tiny, fragile pieces, hand-painted details, specialized track layouts, the whole 9 yards. She was so excited for about a week. Then she declared it too delicate for her own place, too many fiddly bits to keep track of, and not enough space. Naturally, her solution was to start dropping off boxes of components at our small apartment, insisting it was just temporary storage until she found a bigger house or, dedicated a room in her current one. That was 6 months ago. Now the Great Northern Express, yes, she named it, has taken over our spare room. It's not just storage. She expects us to babysit it. I work long, intense hours as a graphic designer, often pulling late nights, and the last thing I need is a text at 11 p.m. asking if I've dusted the tracks or checked the lubricant on the locomotive wheels. She jokes that we've fallen in love with it and secretly want to keep it. Nope. Nah. I'd rather dismantle it and sell it for parts. Just last week, she had her book club meeting and needed to drop off a new limited edition expansion kit she bought. She just left it by our door with a note saying, "Set it up before it gets dusty." Tobias was at work, and I had just finished a brutal all-nighter. I barely made it to bed before I heard my sister, Jasmine, also dropping off a new batch of tiny model trees and houses. Apparently, Frances had given them to her and then changed her mind. I've started locking the spare room door, but I still feel like I'm running a high-stakes, uninsured museum for miniature transportation. And the money, get this, she had my credit card number for shared utility bills while we were helping her out with some household repairs. I found a $200 charge for specialized model train cleaning solutions and replacement parts. She didn't even ask. When I confronted her, she waved it off saying, "Oh, darling, but I sometimes buy you those fancy organic coffee beans you like. Doesn't that balance out?" Tobias tried to make the point that while yes, she sometimes brings us groceries, this is a hobby expense for her project. We've also ended up buying proper display cases and dust covers ourselves because she was just leaving pieces out, and I couldn't bear to see such intricate work get ruined, even if I loathe its presence. She's so irresponsible with it too. She'll buy non-compatible tracks, handle the delicate carriages like they're toy trucks, and then complain that they're too fiddly or breaking easily. She even told us, "It's a bit too complex for my aging eyes, so you two can look after it for now." Not how that works, Frances. This train set chaos has just highlighted all her other boundary-stomping behavior. Grocery raids. She'll come over, see my specialty olive oil or expensive craft beer, and just use it all up without a thought, leaving me short for my own plans. The great declutter. She has a habit of tidying my apartment, which translates to throwing away my important mail, craft supplies, or half-finished projects because they looked messy. My dishes. She'll use my special hand-painted ceramic bowls and mugs, which Tobias and I are collecting to take to our next, hopefully bigger place, then lecture me about how we have too much stuff in the kitchen. Personal space invader. She knows I came from an abusive household, and yet she still constantly pokes, nudges, and playfully swats at me. She's genuinely surprised when I flinch or recoil. It feels like such a regression for my mental health, especially now with this train set stress. Unsolicited advice guru. Every time she visits, she butts into whatever Tobias and I are doing, from cooking to painting a room, and immediately starts giving terrible, irrelevant advice on how to do it her way. I feel so utterly stuck and overwhelmed. This Great Northern Express feels less like a train and more like a permanent, infuriating fixture in my life. I just want my spare room back, my peace back, and my mom to actually take responsibility for her own whims. Is it too much to ask for some boundaries? The community offered support, validating Aubrey's feelings and urging her to reclaim her space and financial independence. Readers universally advised Aubrey to establish firm boundaries with her mother, Frances, regarding the model train set and other intrusive behaviors. They emphasized the importance of returning the train set to Frances's home or offering to sell it, and to cease enabling her financial exploitation. Many also suggested therapy for Aubrey to deal with the long-standing trauma and to learn how to enforce consequences with her mother, prioritizing her own well-being and her marriage. User Boundary Builder said, "Oh, Aubrey, you are absolutely not asking for too much. This is infuriating. You need to give Frances an ultimatum about that train set. It's either going back to her house or it's being sold. Period. No more temporary storage or babysitting. And lock down your finances. She should absolutely not have access to your cards for any reason, shared bills or not. What she's doing is financial abuse. Stay strong." User Exasperated Elf added, "I swear these Just No moms have a playbook. My own mother decided she needed a garden gnome collection and then suddenly didn't have the space. So they ended up on my porch. I feel your pain with the personal space violations too. It's like they completely disregard consent. You are completely justified in how you feel. Time for a hard reset on boundaries with Frances and Jasmine." User Just Trying to Help offered a different perspective, commenting, "Couldn't you just box up the train set and take it back to her house yourself? Maybe she's just overwhelmed and genuinely thinks you enjoy helping her out. Have you tried clearly explaining your work schedule and how difficult it is to manage her hobby on top of that?"
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.